Hello everyone, this is Aaron Fitz from ATF Gaming and welcome back to F1 2018 Career Mode. Today we are going to continue where we left off, try to hold up the standard that we set in the last episode with a 4th place finish at Canada. Hopefully we can continue to have success, but first we have this invitational event that we could attend, either doing a 2007 Ferrari F 2007 in a checkpoint challenge at Hungary, or we could do a time attack challenge at Russia with the 1992 Williams FW14B, or we could do neither of them. But I'm going to do the checkpoint challenge at Hungary. Who knows how that's going to go, because I haven't done Hungary in centuries, so we'll head off and do that. But I just want to thank you guys for dealing with last episode and the fact that I did that race about 4 times, which was not fun.
Here we are then, the calm before the storm, as we wait for this field of iconic cars to burst into life for the historic invitational event today. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to be here and welcome along to all of you at home as well. So grab a cup of tea and get ready as our competitors make their final preparations.
Alright, so from a rolling start, race around the track to cover the target distance before time runs out. Additional time is added to a limit with each checkpoint crossed. Alright, we have 42 seconds at the start and we gotta travel 9 kilometers. Interesting. Okay, this high-pitched engine, I was hoping that going with a slightly new car would save me from a high-pitched engine, but I was clearly wrong. But let's see what we can do here. I haven't raced much in these historical cars, so maybe I should do that more often. Oh, that's a turn. Doesn't turn nearly as easily as the current car. Oh god, I sneezed and I went off the track. Great. My headphones dislodged themselves after that sneeze, so that was one powerful sneeze. I can safely say I don't think I've ever raced this track. I really don't think I have. Is this on the schedule, or is this like a classic track? I really don't recognize this track whatsoever. If it is on the schedule, then I guess that's something to look forward to. Because I can honestly say I don't recognize this track whatsoever. Alright. Let's not hit the pit road wall. That brought me back to NASCAR 06 days right there of running into the pit road wall. Alright, so there's the first lap. It looks like we need to complete about 2 laps, honestly. So. But I have no clue if I'm going to be able to make it because I was pretty slow on that first lap. But then again, these challenges have been pretty simple from what I've seen so far. I remember in 2017 I had a lot of issues with the challenges, but I haven't had it in 2018, so I guess that's good. Oh god, there needs to be a little more warning for that turn. I feel like that braking zone wasn't very accurate. We'll go on to Rich because we're cutting it pretty close on the checkpoints here. Okay, I don't know if I can get... I'll get there in time, but I just don't know how well that's going to set me up for getting the next checkpoint, though. Definitely not going to help when I do stuff like that. I'm so close. come on. I'm right there. I'm right there. I'm not gonna get it. Well, that was a disappointment. But I'm not gonna restart it because again, I don't know exactly what this does for us. So let's head back to the menu here.
I know we were expecting some new developments this weekend, but some of them have failed quality control. Make sure you indicate what you'd like redeveloped via the workstation.
Carl, this is 2 weeks in a row that you've let off with some disappointment. What failed? What failed? The rear downforce. That's kind of one I was hoping that wouldn't fail, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I guess we still got 2 upgrades for this race, so I guess that's okay, but I guess we're going to have to get that going again. Yep, develop upgrade again.
I recommend we could go for something like this.
And we're also going to get started over here again with another, what is this, aerodynamics, what even is this? Chassis. Wow, I didn't see the giant chassis on there. But yeah, we'll develop that as well. And then we still got a durability upgrade in the works, I'm pretty sure. But the other thing I wanted to look at was some of these minor things, but I don't have enough resource points for that, so that's fine. But I'm just curious to see what the progress history looks like. We're definitely catching up to Haas and Renault on the development scale, but obviously we've been doing pretty well in the races compared to them. But we're heading off to France, I believe is the next race. Yes, so we got France and Austria. So France is a track I'm not that familiar with. Circuit Paul Ricard, I don't even think that was in the game last year. So this might be a bit of a learning experience, but let's head off to FP1.
Welcome to the Circuit Paul Ricard here in the south of France, where we're about to get underway for free practice. An opportunity here then for the drivers to learn the track and learn the car, and of course work out all the little kinks that show up when the teams put these cars together at the circuit. Anthony Davidson, this is all very familiar to you of course, so why don't you give us an idea as to what the drivers will be getting up to in these sessions?
I'd say the first responsibility for drivers during free practice is in gathering data for correlation purposes, which allows the engineers to match real-life data against the simulation. Secondly, the driver then needs to dial themselves into a circuit that they may not have driven around for a full year, which is a fact that's often overlooked. And then you finally focus on the details of car setup and the tyre wear. It's critical to have a good relationship with your engineer here so they can make the right adjustments at the right time to the car that ultimately bring out the performance you're looking for.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top 3, who are Vettel, Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. That's it for practice then. We'll see you again soon.
Yeah, so we did the track acclimatization and the tire wear program, so not much to gain from there, except we were pretty fast, even just on soft tires, so that's pretty good. Esteban's also pretty fast, but he looks like he did a qualifying sim, so let's move on to FP2.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top 3, the Professor, Hamilton and Kimi Räikkönen. Thank you for joining us for free practice today. We'll be back with more Formula One action very shortly.
We might be onto something here. It looks like Hamilton also ran a lap on ultra softs, and we were faster than him. We were faster than everybody, granted. But, I mean, Raikkonen, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Vettel, they all did super soft laps, and we were on ultra soft. So, I don't know where they're going to sit into the fold, but the fact that we were faster than Hamilton on ultra softs is very promising. Very promising indeed. So, let's head off to FP3 and finish everything up.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top 3 again are Vettel, Bottas and Daniel Ricciardo. That concludes an interesting practice session. Let's hope for more excitement as the weekend unfolds.
Alright, so we did ERS management and race strategy. There, we were 7th, about what I was expecting. I was surprised I did the race strategy on Ultra Softs and I did the ERS on Super Softs, and my ERS management time was faster. So I don't know about that, but we're 7th. Esteban's also having a decent day in 8th, so let's head off to qualifying. So I just thought I would look at the weather forecast, and I was greeted with the surprise of it looks like both qualifying and the race are going to be great until that last little forecast bit. Now, I don't know if we're actually going to get there with how long we have the races, but just thought I would bring that up for you.
The circuit has rubbed it in with practice, but this is still a difficult session as our drivers fight for pole position. Welcome to qualifying for the French Grand Prix. Looking at this field today, Ants, do you think we're going to see anyone take a chance? Maybe run the harder of the available compounds and save some of the grippy tyres for the race tomorrow?
Well, I'd be surprised in all honesty. It's only the front runners that really have the pace to get away with that, and even then, at the end of the day, it's a big risk. Track position is the most important thing, and it's rarely worth sacrificing for a slightly more optimal strategy in the race, so I doubt we're going to see anyone trying it. I have been wrong before though. We certainly do see some risky decisions every now and then, and it's a gamble that's sometimes worth taking. But if it were me in the car, I would want to be on the fastest tyre for my qualifying lap, without a doubt.
Alright, so Q1, we were first. We did do Ultra Softs, and Vettel, Hamilton, Raikkonen, Verstappen only did Super Softs. But, I mean, Bottas did Ultra Softs, Ricciardo did Ultra Softs, so that's a good sign moving forward. But let's head off to Q2. Alright, so we were third in Q2. Vettel and Hamilton both beat us there by a significant margin, but we were ahead of Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Bottas, Verstappen. Esteban also made it into Q3, so that's good. The funny thing about that lap is I had to fight with Pierre Gasly, who was a slow car right in front of us. So, honestly, that gap is not impossible. But as you can see in the background, hopefully, it's raining now. So, Q3, it looks like it's going to be in the rain, which is incredibly concerning. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe that'll be our chance to get a pole position here. Let's go.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top 3. Raikkonen, Bottas and Max Verstappen. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
So the realization came to me about halfway through that qualifying lap that the strength of Force India is power. When it rains, that strength is pretty much gone. And that is what results in an 8th place qualifying effort when I realistically probably should have been top 5. So that is incredibly unfortunate. Kimi Raikkonen's on the pole. Me and Esteban are going to be right there, 8th and 9th. Good qualifying effort for Fernando Alonso as well, but I gotta hope it doesn't rain in the race because that was not fun. Yeah, that was not fun. But let's head off to the race, and at least if the weather forecast holds, we shouldn't see any rain until the very end. So let's hope and pray for that.
Hello and welcome to the Circuit Paul Ricard, current home of the French Grand Prix, an event dating all the way back to 1906. It's been held at many venues over the years, with famous moments from Dijon and Manicourt the feature of many a highlights reel. And let's hope we see more of those in the race today. A lap of Paul Ricard then consists of 15 corners and a total length of around 3.6 miles. Drivers will need to position their cars carefully on the exit of the flat-out turn 10, ready for the double apex right-hander at 11. Watch out for potential overtaking action at the end of the start-finish straight and into the heavy braking zone of turn 8. Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Ferrari. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Kimi Raikkonen starts today from pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel, and Hamilton, Sainz, the Professor, Ocon, and Fernando Alonso, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Romain Grosjean, and Leclerc, Gasly, Van Dorn, Marcus Ericsson, and Brendan Hartley. Stroll and Sergei Sirotkin rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
We're higher on the grid than we expected. Let's see if we can do even better.
Alright, so the good news is, at least for the most part, it looks like the rain's going to hold off. We will add some fuel to the load. We're going to stick with the recommended strategy. That seems to help us more than hurt us. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, honestly. This could be a good race for us. I really think it could, but the fact that qualifying went so bad for us is incredibly concerning because this is not a track that you can pass on very easily unless if you just have raw speed. There's a lot of fast corners, a lot of sweeping corners that aren't really set up for passing. There's really only 2 good passing zones on this track, so we're going to have to be smart here on the start. Hopefully we don't lose too many positions. I still don't know how to nail these starts, but whatever. Let's see what we can do. Oh, we're split. We're getting split. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm just going to do that over again. Alright, this is take 2 of the start here. I'm just trying to position myself on the inside here. Nico Hülkenberg decided not to do that, however. But at least we're not too wide anymore, so that's a good start. I might have to push it to Rich already, just to try to keep up with everybody. Might be the first time Esteban's been in front of me in a while. And I appreciate him giving me room there. He obviously knew we were the faster car there. But I might push it to Rich here in a minute, like right now. Try to catch back up to Hamilton because we've kind of lost the pack here a bit.
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
I just don't know how to nail starts anymore. It's just so confusing. I used to do it well, but now I just... In F1 2018 in general, I have not been able to nail starts at all. Oh, we got some evasive maneuvers going on up in front there. Interesting. I was really hoping Carlos Sainz might slow down Hamilton a bit, but that does not seem to be the case. He seems to be just as fast as these guys. Like I said, qualifying in the rain kind of messed up the starting grid a bit. Alright, once we hit the start finish and we'll go back in
We're
standard.
approaching the pit window. You'll be on the super softs.
I did pretty well on the super softs in practice, so I don't know how that's going to go in the race, but hopefully pretty well. We're probably going to be pitting earlier than everybody again, but that's fine. This is a good section of the track for us right there, because look at all the ground we gained on these guys. Just in that set of corners. Really wish DRS was enabled right now, but it's not. we're right here. If we can keep it with these guys going into our pit stop, I think I'll be pretty happy with that. Hopefully we can overtake them on pit road.
You are derating. Lower the ERS deployment mode before you hit your deployment limit.
Alright, we got it on Hamilton there. Little contact, but I think that was more his fault than it was mine. Alright, we're up to 7th.
Nice work, that brings you up a place.
Carl
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS
Carlos
has
Sainz
been
is having a
enabled.
good day up there. Verstappen kind of did an evasive maneuver there, which I appreciate considering these guys usually don't give me too much room when I try to pass them, so I appreciate that. Well, Carlos Sainz is in 5th right now. That's a really good day for him. I mess up that corner a lot right there, and that just kills me going down this long straight. You can see how far away he is now. And this is one of the big passing zones right here, even though it's a pretty short one. The pass on Hamilton was in a recommended passing zone. The pass on Verstappen, not as much. But I'm really good at these sweeping corners because while the game tells me to brake, I usually don't have to, and I'm able to keep a lot of momentum going through the corner. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and especially as tires start wearing, I lose my advantage. That looked like a very difficult pit road to get onto, so we got to keep that in mind. Heading on Rich now, we're going into our in lap. Just try to keep up with signs here. I can definitely feel the tires starting to go away on me, so rather happy we're getting off of these things sooner rather than later. Luckily, we've maintained a decent gap over Verstappen, so that's good. But yes, Carlos Sainz, I can't say it enough how good he's doing. Also, Esteban Ocon's now in 7th as well. Excellent day for Force India so far. That will definitely help us in the Constructors' Championship. I have no clue where pit road is, so hopefully they give me a bit more guidance on that. But again, as I stated earlier, this is not a track I'm super familiar with. Alright, right here. Yes, that is an incredibly difficult pit road to get onto, it looks like. Alright, Lean, probably the only person coming in. No, there's a couple people behind us, it looks like. Go, go, go.
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits.
Yes, there looks like Hamilton came in right behind me there. So we've got to keep that in mind.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
But I did pretty well on the Super Softs in practice, so I'm hoping that continues here. We did pull away from Hamilton after the pit stop, so I guess that pit strategy wasn't as off as it usually is. Usually I'm the only one who's pitting. But we also got to keep in mind there is a fairly decent chance we might encounter some rain here at the end. So that could throw a wrench into things. It could go for us, it could go against us, depending on how late it happens. It looks like Hamilton and Verstappen were the two that came in with us. So that's good that we were able to maintain our gap to them. But now the question is, can we gain on Carlos Sainz?
Esteban is in the pits.
Alright, we're going to be encountering some people coming off of pit road here, so let's see where we end up. There's Carlos Sainz right in front of us.
4.1 seconds.
Poop. I messed up that corner and we're pretty much right where we started now, so could be better, could be worse. But let's see what happens going forward. I'm going to assume that we're not going to be able to catch... Oh, we got DRS here, actually. Was not expecting that. Maybe we can gain some ground here.
Okay, car ahead is now running the super soft tyre. That's the
I
super
broke
soft
way
on the
too
car
early
ahead.
there. Alright, we definitely gained some time there. If we can stay within DRS range going down the front straight, I think that's going to be excellent. Oh, we're right here. Probably could have been a little more aggressive there, but if I was, who knows what would have happened. I should be getting DRS down the main straight here, assuming I stay within him in the detection zone. And we still got people coming off of pit road as well, so that's something to keep in mind. I am getting DRS. So let's see if we can maybe get him going into turn one, but we got somebody coming off of pit road right in front there. Nope, couldn't quite get him. Who is that? That's Vettel and Ricciardo right up ahead. So there's still some people who haven't pitted. And it looks like Hulkenberg, because Sainz is right here. Hulkenberg and maybe Fernando Alonso, possibly.
We're leading our teammate by 9.3 seconds.
And we just passed Carlos Sainz. We'll kick it up to Rich here, try to catch back up to Ricciardo. Also, Sainz has DRS as well. Not giving you an inch because I knew a right-hander was coming. Well, let's kick it up to Rich for a little while, see if I can catch up to Ricciardo. He looks like he's being held up by Vettel there, so that might be beneficial to us. Do we get DRS? I really felt like we should have gotten DRS there. Oh well, that was our best third sector there. I'm going to go back to standard for a minute here. But we got 3 cars right up in front that should theoretically be passable if we can just maintain the gap. Oh, that's Stoffel Van Doren slowing these guys up. I am going back onto Rich to try to take advantage of him. That's for darn sure. Looks like Vettel will get around him here. I'm hoping that Ricciardo might be still held up going into this turn. And he is. But Van Dorn has not pitted. That's a very interesting strategy there. I thought that might have been Fernando Alonso since he was up front in qualifying, but nope, looks like it was Van Dorn. Unfortunately, he's not
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
holding him up as much as I would have
Okay, some information
liked.
on Van Dorn. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
And now they have some kind of mechanical problem, so that's really holding them up. I'm going to do that again because I really don't want to have a damaged front wing. I just got to be mindful of that going into the next corner. Try to get both of you here. And get DRS off of the corner. Yes, I know, collision, boohoo. Go back standard.
Gap to car in front is 4.4
And
seconds.
we are in third right now. Now, Ricardo's going to be a hard charger. I know he's probably faster than us. So we've got to keep that in mind. I was really hoping Van Dorn would still be in front of him, but he is not. Well, let's see what we can do here. If we can hold off Ricardo, we'll be in really good shape. I'm still just trash at that corner. I just can't turn off that corner whatsoever. He's gonna have DRS and get by me here. Not much I can do about that, unfortunately, except try to counteract going into that second turn. Which I did. That's a very tough place to turn because you have an immediate right-hander after, tough place to pass because you have an immediate right-hander right after it. So if you can maintain side by side, then you'll be fine. But I don't think we're going to get up to Vettel, but, if we could stay ahead of Ricardo, I would consider this a
There's
success.
4 laps of fuel remaining.
We're also running a little short on fuel, which scares me, but I'm not going to do anything about that quite yet. I imagine he's got DRS yet again. And Carlos Sainz is right behind him as well, so gotta keep that in mind. Oh, I messed up that corner. Oh, I messed up that corner grievously.
Gap to
Also
teammate
messed up
behind
that
is
corner incredibly.
11.0 seconds.
Alright, I'm just turning into all of the garbage right now. He's gonna have DRS. Good chance Sainz is as well. So again, we just gotta try to maintain side by side going into this corner. He's not even gonna try to pass me, actually. I thought he'd be close enough, but he was not. Well, that's beneficial. But if we could get a third after fourth place at Canada, we're really going to be sitting good when it comes to contract negotiations next time, which I believe is coming up after Austria? Might even be after this race, actually. I'm not quite sure about that. We'll have to see, but I'm pretty sure it's after
They're happy
Austria.
with the current tyre condition. They should last a while yet, so don't worry about them.
Weather report.
Expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
All right.
Dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Yep, we are not going to encounter rain here, so that is excellent. I'm going to stay to the inside here, so if he's past me, you got to be on the outside. So yeah, we will most likely not encounter rain, so that is good. we still got Ricciardo right on our tail. He's for sure going to have positioning here. I'm just worried that he's going to pass me too soon. He's actually going to pass me on this side. I left enough of a gap to where he could do that. So I really need to clear him, which I do. No, I don't. Oh, that's an aggressive move by Ricciardo there. That is an aggressive move right there.
Brilliant. Nice move.
It was a nice move by me because he just dove it in there. I was not expecting him to still be there, so I had to take some evasive maneuver there to try to avoid him because he just drove it in so deep. I really hope he got a corner cutting warning for that, but we'll see. Carlos Sainz actually passed him after that.
2 laps of fuel left.
Interesting. And we are still a little short on fuel according to Jeff here, so I might have to go to lean here for a minute, but I got Carlos Sainz pretty close, but it's still decent gap. So I think we might be in the clear now. So next time we get into that last little curvy section, I'm going to go on lean, try to save a bit. Just in case, even though...
The gap to the car ahead is 5.9 seconds.
Even though I think we're going to be fine, it's better to be on the safe side here. Is he going to have DRS? Oh, yep, he is. Just going to have to do the same maneuver as Mr. Ricciardo here. Just stay on the inside here, drive past him. And Ricciardo actually passed Sainz as well, so he had the same train of thought. I think we're going to be fine on fuel, so I'm not going to push it because I got Ricciardo right on my tail. My tires are definitely starting to wear. I'm not able to do the corners how I like. Ricciardo's going to be all over me going down the front stretch here. But I really got to be careful. And I believe we are good on fuel. He did not say anything.
Rain in around 10 to 15 minutes.
The race is over in 2 minutes. Don't tell me about rain. Ricciardo
Some
just...
information on Gasly. They're retiring from the race.
Ricciardo just fell off like a rock after that last corner. Not quite sure what happened there. But now he's right here again. What the crap? Oh, God. It scares me because there's not really a good place to pass here. So he's going to try to make a stupid move. I have a feeling. Even though we're coming up to that long straightaway. So I really need to gap him. But I can't. Man, I really want this podium, though. I really want this podium. Alright, we managed to stay in front of him. Let's see if he does that dive bomb move again. He doesn't. I really want this podium.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Yes, I know all about the fuel. Don't worry. There's a caution. What for? I don't know. It wasn't for Vettel or Raikkonen, maybe? I don't even know who's leading. Vettel or maybe Bottas again? Kimi Raikkonen, yeah. So it's a 1-2 for Ferrari, so good for them. But we are going to hold off Ricciardo and get our first podium.
Well done. Good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
That was more than you guys asked, so shut up, Jeff. But that was a
That's a
great
fantastic
day.
performance from Ferrari. It hardly looked in doubt. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
You should not be happy with an 8th
And as
place
we can
finish.
see, it's time for the podium.
There
as
we
the drivers
are.
make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari.
That's a 3rd place finish for Force India. That is absolutely outstanding. It's our first podium of our career. Kimmy's definitely laying it on us. It's by far our best stretch of races here after a terrible day at Monaco. We've had a 4th and a 3rd. Going to Austria, which is a decent track for me as well.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Well, the lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I have to give it to the Professor.
Yeah.
They demonstrated a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, as well as showing a lot of maturity and patience in difficult situations.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time, though, goodbye.
Yeah, we got Driver of the Day award, much appreciated. Ferrari definitely extended their constructors' points lead, but Raikkonen is closing in on Vettel for the championship right now. I would love to think that we could possibly catch up to Ricciardo, but unless something really bad happens to him, I don't think that's going to happen. But we extended our lead over Hülkenberg. Sainz had a good day as well. Did Esteban finish in the points? No, he fell all the way to 11th at the end. It's very interesting. But Sainz had a 5th. Bottas, Verstappen, Hamilton, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Not a very good day for them. Hülkenberg in 9th, so double Renault points. And Grosjean getting a point for Haas. But that was a very exciting race. And what they said about me being patient was kind of true. Outside of that incident with Stoffel Van Dorn where he was holding up, was that Ricardo? Probably. Yeah, holding up Ricardo. I just needed to dive it in there. Besides that, it was a really good, clean race for us. But let's just look at the race director here, see what we got. Yeah, just that issue with Van Dorn for us. Hülkenberg got a collision with us. Penalty at the start. Don't quite remember that, but interesting. But let's head back to the menu. I hope Claire wants to talk to us. This would be a great day to talk to her.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy.
Indeed.
You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
Engineers have done a fantastic job with the power unit. Indeed they have.
Everything went your way today. It looked like you had a really good strategy for the race.
Good strategy and a team really pulled out all the stops. Yeah, we'll do that.
It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it?
And F1's a team sport. Yep.
It was more like Dodgems than Formula One today, wasn't it?
Let's see. I really don't want to answer any of these, so I'm just going to ignore her.
Great. Well, that's everything.
I knew any of those answers was going to result in the team not liking me, so I just decided not to. I only made one collision today, but maybe she was more referring to everybody else. But let's see, we got rivalry's definitely doing well. We're getting close to finishing up that Brandon Hartley rivalry. And we've got a good start on our second with Ocon. There's an achievement that's stuck on the screen right now. You guys can't see it, but it's stuck on the screen, so we'll have to try to work around that. But a huge amount of resource points just in the race, and we got a decent amount from practice too. It was a good practice session, so we're definitely going to be able to get a very big upgrade with that. Definitely got the team goal there, no problem. Force India rep goes through the roof. Everybody's happy with that. Even Mercedes and Ferrari went up a bit. I'm interested to see, because pretty much everybody likes me more than my current team right now. Except for maybe Mercedes. maybe Ferrari. But I'm interested to see when we do get to contract negotiations if any team would be interested in possibly signing me. Definitely went up to veteran a little bit and sportsmanship as well. Oh,
Fantastic podium. Well done. Keep pushing like this for the rest of the season.
we do have contract negotiations. I have no clue how long this episode is, so we're just going to dive into it here. So let's start the contract
Here we can adjust
negotiations.
the terms of our proposal. The more ambitiously we set our targets, the more willing the team will be to give us better perks. We'll have a few chances to suggest a deal, but we need to be careful. If a proposed contract exceeds your value to the team, it will be rejected, and too many attempts will leave us stuck with the original offer.
I'm concerned that if I select negotiate with a different team, that I won't be able to come back to Force India.
From here, we can change the team that we're negotiating with. There's no rule saying you need to stay in the same seat forever. Selecting a team here only affects the negotiation. The actual move won't take place until the following race weekend.
I don't know. I think it's best to just stick with Force India for a season and then negotiate at the end of the year. But I definitely want pit stop efficiency there. Let's see. First driver, we can bump that up a bit, I would say. But then we can maybe request some extra resource points. Let's propose that contract.
All right, the terms have been agreed. All that's left is to sign the paperwork. You'll be on this new deal from the next race weekend.
I mean, I'll take that. I don't remember exactly where we were beforehand, but I'll definitely take that. I do want to make sure I hit the advance button because I remember last time it didn't save. But we got Austria coming up next, and that's a pretty high-speed track from what I recall. So that could suit us well here at Force India, so that is good. But I think I'm going to stay on Force India for this season, honestly.
The new parts have arrived from the factory without issue. They'll be fitted to the car in time for the next session.
You know, Carl, thank you. I appreciate that. I just want to see what those parts were. I believe there was only one. Team goal, don't care. We got drag and rear downforce, so definitely a downforce upgrade there. Weather looks good. I just kind of want to see where we are in the R&D progression here. We have overtaken Haas now in the R&D tree here, so that is excellent. We're getting pretty close to Renault as well. Obviously, we're a ways away from the top three, but we've been performing with them, so honestly, if I can keep it up, then we'll be in good shape. But we have a lot of points that we can spend.
What do you think of this one?
Let's see. I think that's a good upgrade. That's a middle of the road upgrade, but I'll take that. Yeah, I'll be ready for Britain.
If it were me, this is probably what I'd invest in.
We could go a step further on the aerodynamics, but I don't know if I want to do that yet. I don't know. It would be cool to kind of get some more power, just for power's sake. But
I recommend we could go for something like this.
yeah, we'll just double up on the downforce. We'll develop that. That'll be in for Hungary. So that's a bigger upgrade right there. That's a longer upgrade, but I believe that's all we can do. So we got 2 coming in for Britain next weekend and 1 for Hungary, which I believe is the weekend after that. No, Hungary is a ways away. So we got Austria next, then Britain, then Germany, then Hungary for that major upgrade. So that's interesting. But as you can see, we've definitely been doing well. I'm looking forward to going to Austria, a high-power track I think we can do well at. And then Britain, I don't know about that. So, but next episode should be along the same lines of what we've been doing, and hopefully we can gain some more points. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. It really means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.